things off with a quick glimpse with the newsletter that I put out every Monday, This Week in the Markets. So this goes out to subscribers as well as the Sector Secrets members. It's included with the Mastery. For those of you that did not know, you already automatically have access to this the moment you're part of the Mastery. And we have usually 3 big stories we focus on every week. So over the course of the next 5 trading days, there's 3 big things we focus on. And you'll notice that we kicked it off with candidates for sector rotation. And I find Q2 and Q4 to be some of the most intense sector rotation, asset reallocation, moving around of money, however you want to think about it, that we'll see any time of the year. Because Q4 is about the end of the year, Q2 is about the second half of the year. And it's really always about someone who's deploying cash, someone who's moving cash around, someone who's thinking about, what do I hold now and do I want to continue to hold it? The conversation is, when I have to show my results to my clients, are they going to be impressed with what they're holding, right? And so if you think about what money is going to do, we call it big money. Are they going to buy at higher highs in tech, consumer discretionary, maybe communications? I wouldn't rule it out, right? There's a chance they might do that. But typically buying at higher highs is sort of the thing that retail traders do. Sort of uneducated, unsophisticated retail traders. And I know that's not anyone I'm talking to right now. But that's what the herd, the sheeple, tend to do. If I'm a money manager looking at the second half of the year, and I'm concerned about really 2 things. I'm concerned about a potential recession, right? Does the Federal Reserve hike us right into recession? And I'm concerned about, quite frankly, the commercial real estate debt scenario, the refinancing of this debt the second half of the year. We saw what the first regional bank crisis did back in March. That could be something we're dealing with in the second half of the year, right? And so if I'm going to think about moving money around, one of the things we would notice is profit taking in tech. And then the one thing that you'll notice XLE, XLU, and even XLP have in common, they're all higher on the dividend yielding side of things, right? So you could even add XLP to this conversation. They're a little bit more on the dividend yielding side of things. All right. So you might say, okay, Rog, that's interesting, and I'll take a look at those things. But, my real answer to this for most traders is going to be exactly what we did this morning in the Mastery. Whenever we have uncertainty, sure, we can go longer term. We can talk about sector rotation. We can talk about macro. We can talk about weekly. But we can also shorten our time frame. And I'd have to say that this morning's day trading was some of the best day trading we've seen in 2 weeks, in 2 whole weeks. Today's day trading, yesterday's was okay. We had a rather abrupt, usually ignored hot zone at 10:30, kind of upend things. But today was probably some of the best day trading we've had, like I said, in 2 weeks. So why is that? Well, shorter term time frames are still going to benefit from the volatility of sector rotation. So whether it was the long calls in Apple off hourly price movement ranges or off the support of at least of the hourly price movement range, which is at lowest level, whether it was puts in the bonds or puts in TLT or short in the bond this morning, whether it was the long in the 2 indices that we decided to focus on, a long in the NASDAQ and a long in the Dow, right? Regardless, the shorter term 5-minute time frame for day trading, when faced with the major uncertainty of end of quarter, which I will tell everyone straight up is a very challenging day and a very challenging week for me, we can be nimble in day trade. So there's 2 ways to look at it. We can look at it from the sector rotation, which is what we started this conversation off with, or we could say, you know what, let everyone else deal with that and the volatility. I'll just capitalize on it candle by candle on a 5-minute chart. So sort of choose your fighter, if you will. And I think that's a great way to navigate the remainder of the week. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, Subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.